Hello and welcome back to r/entitledparents. And if you're new here, I hope you enjoy.
Am I the antagonist for being upset and leaving when my sister-in-law stole my pregnancy announcement? I, 36 female, have found out that I am pregnant. I am overjoyed as I have always wanted a child of my own. I have focused on my career my whole life, and since I am single, I wasn't sure if having a baby would ever happen. I was excited to tell my family the big news. My older sister has one child. My nephew, 7, male. My brother is married, but he and his wife have made it very clear they will always be child-free. Last night, we had a family dinner and I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to share the news. Since this will be my only child, I wanted to make it special, and I also wanted to involve my nephew. I got a shirt that read, "This is what an awesome big cousin looks like." I slipped away with my nephew before dinner and had a special moment with him while I told him he was going to have a cousin. My nephew was very excited and put on the shirt. He put his sweater on over it and I told him he could take the sweater off whenever he wanted to at dinner. In the middle of the dinner, he took off the sweater and waited for someone to notice. Soon my sister jumped up and excitedly screamed when she saw the shirt. They all then immediately assumed it was my sister-in-law. I wasn't hurt by them assuming this, and I kind of expected it because she is married. I was hurt by my sister-in-law because she didn't try to correct them. She just went along with it and began to rub her flat belly while laughing. I must have looked completely hurt because my mother yelled at me to stop being rude and to congratulate them. I tried to explain that I was the one who gave my nephew the shirt. They all didn't even hear me and just continued to fawn over my sister-in-law. My brother stood frozen in shock, just asking his wife if she was serious. I got up and went home. I received multiple texts at this point from them telling me what a jerk I had been for making this about me. They said things like it wasn't my sister-in-law's fault that I was jealous. I didn't reply to anything and just cried myself to sleep. This morning, my sister-in-law must have finally let it slip that she is not pregnant. They have now all called me to apologise, saying that they just got caught up in the moment. They said I shouldn't have left the dinner and that it's my fault I wasn't clear enough that I was the one who was pregnant. My mum said I have to redo dinner so I can get it right, and they will all act surprised. My sister-in-law sent me a message that said that the way I chose to announce was how she wanted to do it if she ever got pregnant. She said that since she is not ever having a child, that she just wanted to experience what the moment would be like. She also said I can have my chance at the redo dinner. I told them no, and that I will not be doing a redo. Every single person has now told me I'm being selfish and I'm a jerk because I won't let them make it right. To me, there's no fixing this. I eventually forgive them, but I don't want to do a second announcement so they feel better. Hopeful Split says, "Wow, I don't blame you for being peeved. Your sister-in-law should have never played along. Not the antagonist in my book. I wouldn't do the redo as it would be more about appeasing their guilt rather than be an exciting time for you." OP replies, "That's exactly how I feel about it too." RemDC says, "Not the antagonist. Congratulations on your pregnancy. What a wonderful joyous time for you. Lessons learned include not counting on your family to validate your emotions. They are horrible people. You did try to correct them, but they don't have ears for you. A redo dinner would not be about you. What they should do, what would be nice of them to do, is to come crawling on bended knees with dinner and lots of chocolate. Your sister-in-law? She stole your joy and also lied to her husband. I'd hate to be in that marriage." Definitely not the antagonist. Sister-in-law watched OP getting upset. Watched her get berated and told off for being rude. Watched her leave early. She must have enjoyed every single moment of that. Dragged it out till the next day to apologise. That's so fake and insincere. She enjoyed every single moment. On to our next story. Tried to steal my kid's stuffed bear? Yeah, I don't think so. This happened earlier today and I'm still livid about the whole ordeal. A little background. I have an almost 3-year-old son who has autism. Rather mild case, but he has even less control over his emotions than your normal 3-year-old. He also always has his stuffed bear, Boo, and a binky with him. We just had our daughter a couple weeks ago and I'm currently on paternity leave. I am unshaven and my clothes are pretty wrinkled. I do not look good. We head to our local Freddie Meyer to do some shopping and give Mama a break from an excitable 3-year-old. On our way into the store, my son spots one of those shopping carts that is made up to look like a race car. Well, not grabbing it isn't an option, so we snag it and dry it off the best we can with a spare blanket as it's been raining all day. My first experience with Entitled Mother took place as we were entering the store itself. "Can I have that? My son really wants it," gesturing to the cart and to her maybe 4 or 5-year-old boy, to which I just say, "Sorry, I already told my son he can have it." As she walks away, I clearly hear her mutter something about how my son is much too old to still have a binky. Whatever, it keeps him calm. Almost immediately, he demands to walk instead of ride in the cart. Cool with me. The store is pretty empty and he usually stays pretty close. So we leave Boo in the cart so he doesn't get misplaced and continue shopping. Well, this time he decided not to stay close. Again, as the store is basically empty, we play a little chase and end up a couple of aisles away before I catch him. I carry him back to our cart, but when I get to the aisle, the cart is just gone. Okay, I am running on a little bit of sleep and an excessive amount of caffeine. I probably just mistook the aisle. Nope. After walking around a couple of aisles, we see Entitled Mother and her brat in our cart. Our groceries are mysteriously gone. I'm sure for some minimum wage stocker to find abandoned on the shelf. Immediately, my son starts screaming, "Boo, back, Boo, stuck." Took me a second to realise that the brat was holding Boo. I'm pretty annoyed about the cart, but it doesn't matter anymore. We are going to have to go home. This tantrum will last for quite some time. So I walk up and reach out for Boo, and Entitled Mother shrieks, "What are you doing?" My son's outburst has already caused quite a commotion, and before I can say anything, a staff of some sort is already here. Staff: "Is there anything I can help you with?" Me: "Yeah, this woman just took my car, which had my son's toy in it, and I just want the toy back, and to get this little guy home." Entitled Mother: "Liar, this is our cart, and I got my brat this teddy for being well behaved. That's something your child can learn about." Me: "Lady, he's autistic and can't cope when he sees another kid with his favourite toy." Turning to staff: "Can we just see the cameras? We need this back and I don't have the energy to fight this off." At this point, Entitled Mother gets her brat to hand over the toy and I turn to head out. As I'm walking away, she said something to the tune of, "I'm sorry I gave away your toy, but sometimes it's just better to just help those less fortunate than us." I assumed that she was trying to save face, and I knew that if I turned around and said anything, it would come out as a yell, which wouldn't help my son's situation. She isn't worth the effort. I have never been this angry in my life. It took a good 45 minutes to calm the little guy down. Updates. We went back to Freddy's this morning. A manager came up to me during the shopping and apologised for what happened. Told me they had footage of everything and asked if I wanted to pursue charges. She isn't worth my time. And that the woman had been asked not to return again. Not sure if she was actually banned from the store or what, but it seems that everyone knows what happened and I'm sure her pride will keep her away from this embarrassment. We shop here nearly every day because my guy loves it, and when we were checking out with my favourite cashier, she pulled out a party-sized bag of those little dum-dum suckers and gave him a few and asked me if it would be okay if he got some every time we checked out. Now he will love coming here even more and will leave a sticky mess. Still a terrible situation, but I'm very happy with the way the employees handled it. And our final story today. Am I the antagonist for not caring that my daughter's gay? This is a throwaway because my daughter knows my real account and I'm on my phone, so sorry for bad formatting. Here we go. I, male 55, fundamentally believe that all people of whatever race, sex and sexuality should be treated equal. And I'm not going to put someone on a pedestal if they are of a different race, sex or sexuality. So when my daughter, female 30, came out as gay, my reaction was pretty mellow. It was just okay. My daughter was pretty shooken up. She was saying that she expected a better reaction, wanted to be embraced and comforted, and more things on that note. I told her that I don't care if you're gay. It's not changing anything between us. I still love you just like I did 5 minutes ago, and it is certainly not praiseworthy. I don't praise people for being straight or black. Then I joked, if she cured cancer or solved world hunger, then I'd worship her like a goddess. I think she wanted to see my reaction like some of those parents on TikTok being euphoric when their kid came out and telling them they're so proud. One thing led to another, and we got in a big fight. We're not talking about it right now. Looking back, I probably could have taken the situation less abruptly, but I don't think what I've said is wrong or homophobic or whatever. But am I the antagonist? I would have said no antagonist here up until the final moment, because in the final moment it was kind of ruined because it was kind of made a big deal, as in it turned into a big fight. Sorry. You came across as a bit insensitive, and I mean it's not like a homophobic thing, but you could have shown a little bit more empathy and maybe excitement, because I guess she's 30 years old, like wow, and she's just come out. You know, who knows how long she's been wanting to tell you that, I guess. And also more so, it depends. I mean, if you're in America, I guess it's more of a big deal as well, because they only, unfortunately, it's not even funny. I guess it's more of a topical issue in America, especially to do with legislation and laws and stuff like that. So yeah, just showing a bit more. I don't know. I don't think it's a thing that needs to be overly enthused either. So it was a quite pragmatic response, but the fact that you got into a big fight and you allowed that to happen, somehow that has happened, is a bit wild. Because it would have been a point of just saying, sorry for my reaction, and then not really defending it, because I see where you're coming from, but it's not really worth dying on that hill. Okay, bye, Merry Christmas.